Yeah, so played a just a great atmosphere game at home. Military Appreciation Day, Hall of Fame Day. We know everything that Coach Simmons brings here as a FAMU, and so two great teams that went at it. I mean, they were on a 7-game winning streak. We had won three. So went back and forth. Thought my defense played outstanding. Got 3 interceptions. Kale Jackson had a great game. Ran a block kick back for a touchdown. So that young man has just been high level. Bubba played a great game. Offensively, couldn't get a whole lot going. Had the 7 points. Kind of a little trick play, gadget play that worked. But super proud of the guys. Nobody quit. We played to the end. Even down there, we were able to line up for a 50-yard field goal. We know it was into the win, but I just love the attitude that the guys didn't quit. We gave ourselves a chance to win the ball game at the end. So hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. But a lot we can learn from this loss. But we gotta get ourselves going and win this last game at home. Kind of get this home crowd. Crowd's been great for all of these games, and it seemed like we haven't got enough W's at home. So that's probably the most disappointing thing for me. But it's something that we'll definitely learn from.
That first touchdown was that more or less the same thing that you ran the Labor Day Classic against Miles?
That was a long time ago, but very similar. Yeah.
Coach, you talked about what Cal Jackson, his game today. Some of the plays that he made, the 2 picks and the punt return. How do you feel about those type of plays? What it does for your team as far as getting them energized, and getting them kind of back into the game?
I mean, huge. They stayed in the red zone. So I mean, the biggest thing for us is getting turnovers and be great in the red zone. So when we get, you're hoping that you can limit them to 3 points to a red zone. When you get a turnover in the red zone, I mean, where they get 0 points, that's high level. So Kale's just been one of those guys, and Maddox has been the starter. Kale's been playing off and on, rotating in and out. Maddox was a little banged up, kind of game time decision and couldn't play, so Kale got the start and just took it from there. And so, but we didn't. We look at him as a starter because they rotate and play a lot. Super athletic kid, man, just a great kid, works hard. Need more of him. But one of those kids that never sulked when he wasn't the starter when we went with the freshman, and just been playing and getting better each week. So he had his chance to play and just great game.
Coach, your defense has just gotten better each week. Can you expound on what you're able to do with your secondary? Because we've seen what the front seven has been able to do to get that push. What has changed in the secondary?
I think guys are just playing with more confidence, more continuity, just learning each other, learning Coach Lewis, the type of plays that he wants to call. I thought Urshad, Davis, I mean, they took a lot of shots at him, played like All-American today. We had a lot of just man coverage. He didn't have any help. And, from an offensive mind, you're thinking, hey, if I get 5 or 6 attempts at the end zone, my guy only needs to catch one. So for him to pitch a shutout, played the way he did today, I thought he was outstanding on the back end. But guys are just playing hard, running to the football. So it's good. The one thing we weren't doing was creating the turnovers, but today we were able to get the turnovers too. Just didn't lead to the W. So.
Miles in on the last 2 drives. Was Demetrius hurt, or was that just
Yeah, he was a little banged up. He's been kind of battling still, little lower leg injury. So it didn't make sense to put him in there and risk anything further, especially had to be mobile. But I thought Miles was, always been the guy that was ready to get us in the position to kick a field goal. That's all you can ask, with one timeout. So I thought we were able to manage the clock well at the end enough the game to just give us a chance, and that's all you want.
Coach, and I asked Coach Simmons the same thing about the talent level in the SWAC right now, and how there's so much talent that could be playing on Sundays. Maybe not this year and more as we go on. What about some of your players that you've seen in their maturity as they've gotten to that point where you're looking at them like, because you played it, you've been there, and so you're like that 91 team, a lot of stars. This team is becoming a look like.
Yeah, I mean, I think Keenan Isaac is that guy that's stepping up, week to week, getting better and better. A lot of scouts are watching him. Brandon Gaddy's another guy. I'm sure you can see that he's playing at that level. Nelson Jordan, a transfer guy, is making plays too. So, and then on that side, you got Isaiah Land. He's All-American. He's that guy. 19 Xavier. I mean, he's been playing at a super high level. I think he had 12, 13 catches. So, for me, it's a lot of pride in the SWAC when I see guys that can get to the next level. When we were coming through I mean, you had the Jimmy Smith, the Neas Williams. It was nothing for us to have first, second, and third round picks. And that's what we want to get it back to. So I think every team is recruiting at that level. We're trying to develop players to get to that level. Even if we can't get them, straight out of high school, we can get them transferring back, or we can get those young guys and we developing into good players. So, I mean, you don't want to judge is the conference good or not by how many players go to the NFL, but from an athletic standpoint, you want to send guys to the next level. So I totally get that, and that's what I think all the coaches are on that same mindset.
Coach, how great is it to have the geographical rival of FAMU back? It's the closest school to FAMU in the SWAC, and it's just an easy ride, and it's always going to be back and forth. When it's at FAMU, a lot of Alabama State. When it's at Alabama, obviously a lot of FAMU people. How great is it to have FAMU back?
I mean, I think it's good. I mean, when I was here, we played them. We played them once in the Gulf Coast in Mobile. We went to Tallahassee once, and so and I don't think they've really come to Montgomery with any type of regularity. So I think we have a great stadium. Like you said, it's not that far of a drive. They have a lot of fans in Atlanta and surrounding areas. So I think it's just one of those natural rivals in the SWAC East, and I think. This is gonna be fun, year to year. We 0-2, so we got to win the game to make it a rivalry. So that's our. We got to hold our part. We got to go down there next year and win that game in Tallahassee. But playing each other every year, and us both being in the East, this game is always gonna have a big impact on the SWAC East champion. So I think we got to be up for the task, and we know it's gonna be a great rivalry. Two great schools, two great bands, close to each other. So it's just we've always been saying why we don't play FAMU every year. So now we get that. So. Any other questions?
I got one. Towards the end of the game, what was the game plan? What did you see towards the last drive?
Well, I think you got that one timeout, so you're trying to save that one timeout and just trying to get in field goal range, try to get down to the 20. It's a little bit further because the wind was blowing and kind of into the kicker's face, so that was one of those things you had to kind of fight with. But just to get that big play with Isaiah on the sideline, and then to get another play to Hickson down the middle, knowing he's still at the timeout. So we practiced the 2-minute drill probably more than any team in America. Every day we work in 2 minutes all during spring. So the fact that the guys executed and we got into a position where we had a chance to line up for a field goal didn't work out for us. But that puts a smile on my face to know that we can execute in those clutch situations, game on the line. 2 minute end of half, end of game is a big situation. So we got to keep working, but it's something that we did do well at the end of the game, so that's a positive.
Coach, how did you feel about your team's overall offensive execution and play calling at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're a good defense. And so I think, sometimes the offense doesn't look as smooth when you're playing against some good athletes on the other side of the ball. So it's something that we got to work on, trying to get the guys to play the ball into the playmakers' hands. But I think there's a lot of FAMU. I got to give them credit. I mean, they called a great game, and they got some guys up there that played well. So for us, we just got to sharpen the pencil and create more matchups so our guys can make those plays on offense.